Welcome to Truth by Billie Beene, and thanks for like, subscribe, and share. Today's date, March 11, 2026, time in Texas, about 8 p.m. It appears that either 3 of the assassins or 3 of the foreigners who witnessed the Charlie Kirk assassination are now in Islamabad, Pakistan, staying at the hotel where the talks between Iran and Pakistan are taking place. And we found out that Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are both Jewish. So could they be the targets? We have this from raw U.S. intel from raw GPS. They have pinpointed cell phone holders who were in or near the Charlie Kirk assassination location in Utah when his assassination took place. And 16 are from Israel. We have 13 from China. We have 12 from Russia, and we have 3 from Iran. So what does this mean? This means that when the Charlie Kirk assassination took place, we had cell phone holders in the immediate area who either could have been the assassins or simply foreign witnesses from Israel, from China, from Russia, and from Iran. Now, it's come out that 3 out of the 16 Israeli registered cell phones, 3 out of the 16 are in Islamabad, staying at the hotel where the talks are taking place, the Islamabad Serena Hotel. So we see that's going on. Yeah, and we have also from U.S. intel confirming 2 U.S. warships, the Peterson and the Murphy, did go through the Strait of Hormuz today, showing that it's safe to go through. So I'm totally confident, if this is coming out on U.S. intel sources, that Secret Service in Islamabad is on this situation. So it'll be interesting to know, and if U.S. intel is putting this out, that they could locate these cell phones in the vicinity of Charlie Kirk's assassination, and now 3 who were near the location where Charlie Kirk was assassinated are staying at the same hotel where the talks are taking place. I assure you, Secret Service has been all over this. And excuse me, they would also know the identities of the phone holders. We have this from Benny Johnson. Details are coming out that prior to the U.S.-Israel conflict with Iran beginning February 28th, of course, there was a planning session at the White House, and details are coming out about the plan put forth by Benjamin Netanyahu. And it's also coming out that the U.S. military and the U.S. CIA disagreed with what Netanyahu was putting forth. So that's going on. And we have this. So the talks in Pakistan began early this afternoon, and we understand they're still going on with an unexpected arrival of 5 to 8 additional plane loads of Iranians from Iran landing in Pakistan. The reason they're there is unknown, but speculation has it that the IRGC, who were back in Iran, didn't trust the representatives, and we understand there's about 70 of them, from Iran. So that's going on. We have heard there are factions in the IRGC. This is a concrete example of it. I'm not sure how the U.S. Secret Service would have handled this. So we're talking about several hundred more Iranians suddenly showing up to crash the talks. So that's going on. And so now we understand they're in their 4th round of talks. And in Pakistan, the time would be 2, 3 a.m. So I'm sure the people involved in these talks are very exhausted. And the sticking point is Iran continues to demand control over the Strait of Hormuz, which the U.S. categorically says no to. And we saw this afternoon the U.S. sending warships through the Strait of Hormuz to demonstrate to the world that it's safe to go through the Strait of Hormuz. And we're also learning from another source that the IRGC is actively on the ground in Lebanon directing the Hezbollah bombs against Israel. So that's going on. And we have this. Yeah, the Pakistan. So 2CTV reports 5 plane loads of IRGC. U.S. Intel says it could be up to 8. And they arrived just early this afternoon. And the IRGC warns tonight that it will hit all vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, including U.S. warships. So we see the IRGC intent on controlling the Strait of Hormuz. But Iran, the U.S., has taken out all of their navy. They do have a few people, we understand, on small islands near in the Strait of Hormuz. The 4th round of talks is now beginning at 2 or 3 a.m. But we're hearing this also. I've put forth in my last few videos that the U.S. military continues a surge into Middle East. Just this evening, dozens of U.S. refuelers have landed in Israel at Tel Aviv. And we have the Uganda military also coming to Israel to help Israel fight the Hezbollah. And we have this. President Trump, when asked about China supplying Iran with weapons, has said China better not do that or they will have big problems. Yeah, U.S. intel, 8 Iranian planes arrived early this evening. But the most striking part of this update is that 3 out of the 16 Israeli cell phones that were either directly involved in the assassination or were witnesses to the assassination of Charlie Kirk are in the hotel where the talks are taking place. And let's go over this again. So this raw GPS cell phone data keyed in on the Charlie Kirk location, and they can geolocate and pick up cell phones. 16 belong to Israel, 13 to China, 12 to Russia, and 3 to Iran. So if you have a problem identifying who are our enemies, this may add to your bucket of information. So it's good to be in prayer for America, President Trump, the U.S. military, and world peace. I love you, and I'll see you soon.